Hello again and welcome to Brian Lomax's Movie Talk. I'm going to be reviewing another Christmas film today. I'm reviewing a film called Thomas Kinkade's Christmas Cottage. Yep. But before I get into that, I'm joined by another special guest. My friend Chris from over on the channel Dunster71 is coming on to talk about one of his favourite Christmas movies. So, Chris, over to you.
Hi everyone, my name's Chris and I'd like to thank Brian Lomax for inviting me along today just simply to quickly talk about my favourite Christmas film, and that film has to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Now this is the box set for all the National Lampoon Vacation films, there's 4 altogether, but the Christmas Vacation is fantastic. It's got everything that I do like about Christmas films. It does everything, it's funny, it's humorous, it's a bit sad in places, it's got a lot of heart to it, a lot of warmth to it. But I just love the National Lampoon franchise as it is, so it was a no-brainer for me. It's set in the holiday period, Christmas time, and we see Chevy Chase playing his role of Clark Griswold. And basically, as you all know, Clark Griswold just wants the perfect holiday, if you will, for his family, like in all the vacation films. But suffice to say, everything that can go wrong will go wrong in Christmas Vacation. You've got scenes with a Christmas tree, which is too big for the house. It also contains a furry friend in it, which a cat chases at some point in the film. And there's also a scene which has become a bit famous now within this film. And it's a scene which involves Chevy Chase. He's putting all these bulbs along his house. And when it comes to connect the 2 cables together, nothing happens. They basically fail. So he spends the rest of the evening, or a few hours later, going through each individual bulb, looking for the one bulb that he thinks is faulty. Obviously, it's not the bulb, it just wasn't switched on the mains in the garage. It's just anything that can go wrong will go wrong with Clark. There's another scene when he's in an attic, his feet fall through the floor, he's gone out for the day, they think he's nowhere to be seen, so they go out and leave him in this attic stranded, he can't get out. His feet fall through the floor, he's stood there warming his hands up through the heat coming through the bedroom. And it's a funny scene, but it's like that throughout the film. He's one of them guys where he's a dreamer, he's a bit of romantic. He wants everything to be ideal, and it never is. And I think it's that type of empathy I have towards him, which is why I like the film so much. Not just Christmas Vacation, but all the other vacations. If you've not seen it, please go out and see it. If you have seen it, let Brian know your thoughts down below, comment down below for him. In the meantime, guys, my name's Chris. I just want to wish Brian's followers and his subscribers all the very best for Christmas. I want to wish Brian all the very best for Christmas. And everybody, have a great new year. And I hope 2017, it has everything that you dream of and more.
Thank you for that, Chris. Yes, it's been quite a while since I've seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, so maybe I'll get around to it before the end of December. We've still got a bit of time. But yeah, I seem to recall it being a pretty decent film. But anyway, I'm here to review Thomas Kinkade's Christmas Cottage. Now, for those who don't know, Thomas Kinkade is a painter, a real-life painter, and this film is based on a true story. Now, he is known as the painter of light. He was able to paint light in unique ways in his paintings. And this story kind of retells his true life story, I guess, or a particular point in his life in which he went back home for Christmas, spent Christmas with his mother and dad were separated, and he finds out along with his brother that the cottage that he'd grown up in, that his mother owns, is actually going under. His mum's going to lose it because she's fallen behind on payments. So along with his brother, he tries to earn the money back to pay off these payments. And he does so by doing a painting of this town, this big mural. And this painting that he does essentially brings the town together. There's many people in this town who are often in conflict with each other, but through this wonderful piece of artwork, he brings the town closer together and shows people the meaning of Christmas, I guess. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, the film stars Peter O'Toole as this famous artist who taught this guy, Thomas Kinkade. And Thomas Kinkade is played by Jared Padalecki, who most people will know from the TV series Supernatural. The film also stars Marcia Gay Harden as Thomas's mother, and she's very good in the role. He's very good in the role, actually. For some of it, I think for the first kind of 2/3 of the film, he just seems to kind of walk aimlessly through scenes, not really giving us much. He's kind of just taking things in, observing, which is fair enough because that's kind of what the character does. He observes and then he paints based on his observations. But he does get one particularly emotional scene with Peter O'Toole, in which he's very good in it, performance-wise. Now, I have seen a lot of Supernatural. I kind of went off it during the 5th season, but I never would have said that either of the two main actors in that show were particularly outstanding. They were solid enough, I think, but they never really showed me anything that led me to believe they were outstanding in any way. But he does get to do some pretty good work with Peter O'Toole in this film, I must say. And all that stuff with his character and Peter O'Toole's character and with his mother is what this film really hangs on. It's the good stuff in this film. Unfortunately, the other half of the film is made up of what I guess is an attempt to be humorous, to be kind of wacky. Again, there's that word, wacky. We had this yesterday with my review of Christmas with the Cranks. Now, unfortunately, with that film, it just got wackier and wackier until I just couldn't take it anymore. This, it kind of flip-flops. So we go from these wacky moments when the film's trying to show us these characters who are a little bit off-kilter, but are supposed to be a bit endearing, I guess. But it feels forced, it feels stagey, it feels like theatre. It doesn't feel like I'm watching a movie during those moments. It feels like I'm watching theatre. And all of the actors, all the supporting actors in this, seem to be taken from the Vancouver pool of actors that you see in all the TV shows that are always made in Vancouver. You think of X-Files, you think of Smallville. All those actors that have been in both of those shows because they work in Vancouver, they pop up in this film, which is quite amusing. But I just don't like that part. I don't like the attempt at humour and wackiness that they try to lighten the mood in it. I don't mind the drama. I prefer the story that is going on between him and his mentor, and him and his mum and his brother, and even his dad to some extent. But again, they make his dad just a little bit too much, a little bit too full on with his wackiness. So yeah, and it really does bring the film down considerably. If they could have just pulled that back, reined it in, I think this would be a pretty decent 3-star film. But as it stands, I'm going to give it a 2.5 because the shifts in tone are just too much, and yeah, they were jarring, really jarring at times. I think it's worth a watch if you're into your Christmas movies. You know, if you like the Hallmark kind of stuff, then I think this movie is worth watching. There are some decent performances in it, and there are some decent dramatic moments in it. But overall, it's a little underwhelming, like I say, because of the attempts at humour. So yeah, 2.5 stars for me, 2.5 out of 5. But what about you? Have you seen this film? Have you even heard of it until now? Please comment below, let me know your thoughts. And until tomorrow, thanks for watching.